All right, everyone, what's going on? I'm here today with yet another episode. This one is a brand new brand that just came into the Canadian market, courtesy of Sal, our longtime friend importer at Premier Tobacco Imports. The brand we have on today is Artesano Del Tobacco. We got Billy and Gus. These guys are two brothers. They had two stores in New York City. Cigar Inn, successful. Started their own brand, Artesano Tobacco, working with AJ Fernandez out of Nicaragua. Award-winning lineups such as the El Pulpo number 10 cigar of the year. It's been getting great reception. You guys know all about it, but it's a relatively new brand. There's a lot more to be told with this story of these two brothers and what they have come to accomplish in this market today. So guys, Billy and Gus, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. And we're so happy to be here with you guys, with Sal and the Smoke Master Cigars.
My pleasure, guys. So I just thought,
Ahmed, from me, I say as well, thank you for having us here. And,
absolutely.
We'd love to see what you have, guys, to learn from you, so we could actually be close enough to understand your system. So if we could be a kind of help for each other, that would be great. Thank you for having us.
My pleasure. It's an honor. It's an honor for us as well. I'm really excited for this, guys. So, just out of curiosity, I want to get a little background on what was the pivotal moment when you guys decided to switch from retail into starting your own brand. At what point did you guys realize that there's something there for you?
We started retail. We were in retail for like almost 24, 25 years.
Right.
And Casa de Monte Cristo came in and they purchased our business. And but when we were in retail, we were also doing cigars for different cigar shops and doing for our cigar shops.
Wow.
And when we sold the stores, we saw as an opportunity for us to focus mainly on producing brands for the market that we think that the market was looking for and still looking for.
Yeah, so we were like doing manufacturing like for the existing retail shops that we had, and the blends that we owned back then, they were so successful that we were able also some other stores, they were really into the blend and they want that cigar to be in their shop. So we did, in terms of like manufacturing, in terms of like having certain blends for our like existing businesses back then, we were in that field, but not as we are today, more focused, more concentrated, and also on a bigger scale.
Wow. So,
hey, but Yusuf, before you think that these two brothers are all that bright, what they did when they sold Casa de Monte Cristo, they forgot to save cigars that they made.
Oh yeah, he told me about that. He told me about
who
that.
has two?
That's great. That's right. There it is.
I'm selling these. They're like Cohiba Behiki 56, $1,000 each, boys.
Yes.
I'll pay you 2,000 each. Well, Ahmed, he's right. What he's telling you, that cigar is unbelievable. I am telling you, I don't have one single cigar.
You guys, how could you forget to leave some cigars for yourself?
We smoked them. We smoked them all.
These are for you guys. These are for you guys, boys. I keep them well humidified for you.
Thank you so much.
That's good. My days.
If anybody comes in and they see them, don't touch those. Don't touch those two cigars. Touch anything else, but not those two.
What's the blend? What's the blend behind that cigar that you were just showing?
That blend back then, we did use a lot of Honduran tobacco and some different fillers, and we worked with a world-renowned company back then as well.
So the wrapper that we used on it, right?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
So that wrapper was the oldest at the factory where we purchased the tobacco, and it was a Ecuadorian Habano,
right.
And the filler it has some Nicaraguan and some Honduran tobacco, but it's full flavor, smooth, and it had really nice like roasted almonds, and it was delicious. Yeah. So we did, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So when did you guys make the sale? And then transition to your own brand?
2015. This is when Artesano of North America, they put the bid, and then we sold. 2015 was the last episode that we had our business in New York. So after that, you know, at that time, we were still with AJ working on the house blends and also to bring the Viva that we already have. But then the sale came up, and then we stopped that project. The sale happened, even though the place was not for sale. But anyway, long story short, that's what happened.
Right.
And we kept what we were working with Nicaragua on the shelf. We departed, and then we said we will come back to revisit, and this is what happened. 2018. Wow.
Exactly. And then Sal, how did you come across the two brothers, and like what's the story behind meeting up with them and ultimately making the decision to import into Canada?
Oh, it happened fast, Yusuf. It was a PCA 2023, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was walking, AJ's booth was in a corner, back right corner.
Yeah.
I was walking by this booth. It wasn't a fancy booth, and there were two very handsome, well-dressed men off to the side, no couches, no chairs, just cigars. And they said, "Can we give you a cigar?" And I said, "No, I appreciate it, but I'm with AJ Fernandez. I'm walking to." "No, please just take the cigar."
Wow.
So I grabbed the cigar from Billy, I believe.
Yeah.
Billy, I think it was Billy. I cut it. I was walking towards AJ's booth, and I went like that with the cigar, and I smelt the end.
You came back.
It smells fantastic. I lit it. I went back to the booth, and I said, "Tell me about this cigar." "Well, it's this wrapper, that wrapper." I said, "Fuck off with the wrappers. I don't need to know the blend. I already know what it is. Who the fuck makes it? Who are you guys? This is the best fucking cigar I've smoked in 20 years. You remember, guys, I said that?
True story.
And and the boy said to me, "Well, it's made, they were Artesano Tobacco. We're two brothers." They told me the story. And then they said to me, it's our blend made by AJ Fernandez. I said, "Stop right there."
Wow.
I've been with AJ since I started in my infancy. And we struck up a beautiful conversation, and we made a deal right there at the show. It was a match made in heaven. They're good family people. I'm a good family person, and I love the brothers, and we just connected immediately, and the deal was done.
That's beautiful.
And Yusuf, it is true story. Sal was so excited about the smoke, the cigar, that we felt he is the right person to represent us in Canada.
100%.
You don't want people like just distribute your cigars to add it to their portfolio. You want them to believe in the brand. You want them to believe on the product that they have. It's gonna be easier sale for them and for us. And we were so lucky to meet him in 2023 and to do this introduction. And we are so happy and grateful for Sal.
I'm gonna add this also about Sal. You know, when we first met Sal, and the story that he just recited in front of all of us, which is 100%, this is exactly what happened. You know, being in this, and you know that you have a baby, and you want that baby to be represented all over, whether it's the States or outside. So, and you always look for the right person, for the right company, for the right people to represent you, because this is your identity. And it's very crucial. So the way he walked in, even though it was only seconds, the way he did the whole thing back and forth, we knew immediately that this for Canada, this what should happen.
Absolutely.
And Sal, he doesn't talk at all, but when he starts, he won't stop. And then he told you everything about his story, which is great as well. This is how you end up knowing everything, and this is exactly what you want. And this is it's a marriage in heaven now, and it's a great step moving forward.
Exactly. And I mean, like for the products and portfolio that you guys carry, like you have such exceptional branding on the El Pulpo, especially that one sticks out to me. Talk about the inspiration behind like how you guys came up with the name. What does it translate to? What's the significance of the band there, the color scheme, like all that stuff? What's going through your head behind that development process?
Yeah, I mean, we started doing the blend in 2017.
Yeah.
And just to give you a background on the way we do things, we do it backwards. Okay.
Sure.
We have an idea, we design it, we work on it, and then when we go down to Nicaragua to work with AJ, we give him the name, the band design, the box design, the blend, what we're looking for, notes, each element in the cigar, what flavor we're looking for. So we go into such a detail to help him produce certain cigar that we're looking for. So basically what we're doing, we give him a map.
Yeah.
And we show him the way what we are looking for, and then he will lead us there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what you are writing on paper is different than actual work, right? So this is how in Viva La Vida, in El Pulpo, we always go with sketches, with designs, not only the band and the box, wrapper, filler, binder, flavors, notes, all these stuff that we work on. We sketch it, we talk about it, and we submit it to the factory, right? So your question goes back to about El Pulpo.
Yeah, exactly.
And El Pulpo, basically, we wanted a blend. We were talking, me and Gus, that what was missing in the market, some kind of a blend that works with people palate. We don't want something too spicy. We don't want something too mild. We want flavor. We're looking for flavor, right? And we want this flavor to work with people palate the way the octopus, like, as you know, the octopus has no bones in his body, right?
Yeah.
So if you put him in a circular shape, he become that circle. If you put him in a square shape, he become that square shape.
Yes.
We want a cigar that fits in people's palate and becomes that a flavor that they're looking for.
That's
see,
very
as
well said.
Yeah, Yusuf, as well, let me add this. We are foodies by nature, and we like to try different things. We use a lot of spices as well. So we try also to mimic how humans, when they have a slice of food, whatever they're steak or like fish, how you relate excitement about the next meal. When you want to go and have another piece of steak, you will be thinking about the flavors, your how did it like affect your mood, the whole 9 yards. We all know what happens a good meal. So we said as well, we have to find something that will be related to each and everyone's palate when they smoke it. Exactly, to think about like a nice piece of steak or a nice shrimp, whatever your best like dish that you like.
A shawarma wrap from Lebanon.
As well, a great shawarma from a place that you really like. You always look forward to the next time to go and have that sandwich.
Absolutely.
Same thing. Instead, so we were like at a place. We were at a store, and then we finished, and it's like lunchtime. So we go and we like fish. We eat a lot of.
Yeah.
We go to this place, and we always order octopus.
If there is on the menu.
If there is, and we like it barbecued and stuff like that. So it happened to be a very good meal as well. The fish and the octopus, everything. So on the way out, we go to the car. We have to go to the next stop that we doing. So we grab the cigar and we start smoking. And immediately, as we start driving, we said, you know what? That El Pulpo that we ate, the octopus, it was so delicious. And this is when we start thinking about
the name,
the brand itself,
That's
the name itself.
Yeah.
And also something that is so like good that will fit your palate and it'll grab onto your palate like the octopus. So we start putting things together, and long story short, this is where the El Pulpo was born as a brand, also as a blend. And this is also that allowed us to meet our friend Sal and his great wife, Anna, as well, Anna. And we are so happy as well, Sal. I'm telling you this right now on this podium as well. We are so honored to have you guys, and we are so happy to be on your team and to have you as a friend as well.
Thank you, Gus. And if I could just interject, I know I'm outnumbered 3-1, guys, but yesterday Italy was voted as the #1 country in the world for food. So I just thought I'd
close
throw
enough,
that in
man.
there. Okay.
You guys got soccer. You can leave the food to other people too. It's
Oh,
all good.
please.
Yeah.
You put Italian food up again. Come on, Yusuf, please. It's no contest. Anyway, go ahead.
Well,
I'm outnumbered,
yeah.
but
Exactly. And just for all the viewers, for context, Billy and Gus are two Lebanese brothers, and that's where we share a connection. My brother and I also coming back home from Lebanon. Kind of similar involvement in the cigar industry, and that's what really makes this all the more special, more interesting, and I'm another reason why we're glad to be connected.
yeah,
It's great.
Same here. Same here.
Pleasure. Same goes here.
It showed us when we started also in the business, we were like you guys. Our dad was behind the scene.
Yeah.
And I know your dad works with you guys.
Absolutely.
And if you pay attention to consumer and it's all about service, you're going to be very successful. That's what it's all about. It's all about consumer. So this is why when we do our blends, we do not make it for our palate. We make it for the consumer. And that's why from day one, when we go and visit cigar shops, we always ask, what is the hottest wrapper? What is the hottest size? What people are looking for? And we ask the manager or the store owner, what's missing? What do you think the market is looking for? So we always ask these questions, no matter where we go. We could be in Texas, in Ohio, in Jersey, in Pennsylvania. We always ask those cigar stores about what's missing, what do they need, what they look for in upcoming releases and stuff like that. So when you do any blend, right, you have to have some kind of the like projection, because when you make a blend, it's the cigars, they're not gonna come in a month or 6 months. It takes minimum 2 years for your brand to see light, right, to come to the market. So you have to project somehow what's the hottest wrapper coming forward. So when we did the El Pulpo in 2017, we started it. We told AJ we want San Andreas wrapper. We said which one and da-da-da. And San Andreas at that time wasn't the hottest wrapper. Now it is. So we didn't know it's going to take us 5 years to bring it to the market. And we knew like in 2 years or so, the San Andreas will be somehow everybody want it. And it turned to be that we were on the right track.
Yeah.
We do our homework, we do our due diligence, Yusuf, and then we make sure that what we bring is something that's needed. What we bring into the market is something that, the cigar connoisseur, the consumer, the cigar business owners, they will feel good about owning the brand, smoking the brand. They have no issues. We should make sure quality-wise, because to start with quality, I think you've been to Nicaragua, you know exactly what goes on in AJ's, his factories, and
number one.
They are like
they are truly at the top when it comes to the quality and consistency of the product. And I have visited the factory too before, and I just couldn't help but notice the particular quality control like regiments that he has implemented in that factory. Was despite having such a large number of workers to keep everything so structured and organized, and everything has a purpose. Every department, has an intention behind it. it's one of the most fabulous experiences I've had in my life.
And that's why they are so successful.
Have you seen
Thank you.
the production, Yusuf, with all the charting and everything gets documented and everybody's accountable for their production for the day?
I can
it
only
really is
imagine,
something
man.
to see. It's something to see.
Yeah, yeah, no,
I've been there so many
crazy.
times, and I'm floored every time I go. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and I think that level of quality control is something that also speaks volumes for the blends that Artisanal has put out with Viva La Vida and El Pulpo. Because when I smoke either of the cigars, it's the same product every
Yeah.
single time.
Everything.
I'm talking about
Thank you.
even to the point of the draw and the transition and flavor and the quality, color graded wrappers and everything like that is just super consistent. And that's something that we're so grateful and appreciative of as, you know, cigar enthusiasts here over in Canada. So thank you guys.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
My pleasure.
Yusuf, quick story. I remember maybe 2015. I'm at AJ's. It was maybe 11 o'clock at night, and he hits me on the arm and says, "Come here, we got to go look at something." Okay. We get on his four-wheeler, we go out to the field, and he looks at a leaf on a plant that's growing, and he shows it to me. Oh, look at this. And that was it. He just wanted to look at that leaf at that, but he's nonstop. He just doesn't stop. He's 24/7 tobacco.
That's
And
crazy,
he
man.
doesn't care about diamonds and jewelry and cars. He cares about tobacco.
You talk about that
Correct.
passion, you know, you can clearly see it
Yeah.
through the product.
And his
100%.
father, Ismael, is the same way.
Right on,
So-
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ismail,
It's-
he is. You're right.
Hey guys, it's incredible to see firsthand, isn't it?
Oh my
yes.
God, it's impressive. It is really impressive,
Yeah.
and it comes to like this is how we met AJ in 2012. His ex-partner came into our cigar shop selling us cigars. So he came from Miami,
Yeah.
and he didn't have an appointment, and the store was busy. I mean, we had really busy stores, right?
Yeah.
So his ex-partner name was what's his name? Alex?
Chris.
Chris. His name was
Chris Cacciaturian.
Yes.
Cacciatore, yes.
So he
Right,
came to
right.
our store, and he goes, "Can I introduce you to cigars that it's gonna be #1 cigar of the year, blah blah." So I'm like, "Did you have an appointment?" And he goes, "No, but I came from Miami." I'm like, "Listen, no problem. Have a seat. Give me 10 minutes. I will finish the customers and come back to you." So I came. He gave me San Lutano at that
Wow.
time, Habano. So we cut it. I light it. He gave us the price sheet, and I honestly I took like maybe half an inch of smoke,
Yeah.
and right away we place an order. It was something new, unique, this and that. So the relationship grew. We became #1 cigar shop for AJ product within 6 months,
Unbelievable.
right?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
And
Good vision on you
we
guys to be able to see like that far ahead and know believe in it. But like I'm obviously now to like AJ is a lot bigger than what he was in 2012. And you know, you guys had that foresight to like really take that committed belief into his product and ultimately 3 years later make a sale transition into your own brand and work with them hand in hand.
You know, Yusuf, well said. This
Yeah.
is exactly what happened. You know, when Chris walked into the shop, and you heard the story before, like we fell in love with the product right there and then. We knew it's not only something it's going to be for a short period of time. You knew like there is the passion, even with Chris. You know, he's not with us anymore, and we realized that if we have to do a blend, I'm going to bring the story that we started at the beginning about the blends for the shops. This is one of the places, this is one of the companies, this is one of the people that we have to put our hands with to do something very special. So we carry on with the thing. We created a very close, special relationship from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. And till today, this relation is still, and there is a huge like respect of like a relationship between the two companies.
Absolutely.
And this is how we do those things. So we learned that, you know what we need from us, and at that time weren't like ready to sell. The places
Yeah.
not to sell.
I can imagine.
It
Yeah.
was not.
Yeah.
And then things happened, and we moved on, and here we are now. And of course, we're planning, if God give us the opportunity to live longer, to move forward and to have not only 2, but 3, and hopefully more of like blends and brands to add to the Artesano del Tobacco, where we will share it with everyone who appreciate that and who would love that. And we thank them from now. We thanked them back then, we thank them now as well.
Boys, I still have a couple San Lotano Oval kicking around, some here in the warehouse.
Wow,
Wow.
San Antonio Oval, yeah. That's
You remember those, Yusuf?
I do. Yeah, it's very familiar.
2012.
Very
Yeah.
familiar. Yeah, very familiar. I probably haven't had one for maybe since never. I know you just go through so many cigars you forget. But yeah, no,
Correct.
that's definitely a treat for
Yeah.
sure. So now you guys have transitioned and you can see like the evolution in your careers. And most recently, number 10 cigar of the year. How was that reception? Like at what point did you find that out, and what was the feeling like? Can you give us a little bit behind the scenes insight in that?
Sure.
This is also another great question, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Like the excitement from knowing that the number 10 cigar of the year at the Cigar Aficionado was huge for us. Even though everyone who called, they said it should be number 1.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
said, listen, guys, it was a mistake. It was a print. It was a misprint.
They added a 0.
The 0 meant to be to the left, not to the
Yeah.
right, or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. So the excitement was unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah.
So basically, we didn't know that it's going to be number 10. We didn't know it was going to be part of the Cigar of the Year of Cigar Aficionado. We see it when everybody sees it. We see it through an email. It comes in, and congratulations, you got number 10 cigar of the year. But first, you will see it when Cigar Aficionado posted for everybody to see it, and then we were extremely excited. We were so grateful that Cigar Aficionado and the consumer appreciated what we've been working on for 5 years. I mean, remember, like working on a blend, it's like as if you are studying
Yes.
for an exam, right? So
Yes.
5 years you're studying,
For the baccalaureate.
and then comes in the exam.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
You know,
then
guys, it's wonderful that it got number 10, but more importantly, the consumer's reaction to the cigar is most important. And
I
I've
agree.
never, ever, ever smoked an El Pulpo with a consumer that said, I don't like this. It's
Never.
burning, it's
Yeah.
bitter. We were at a cigar event. In fact, it was 250 people. This was the event, very formal event,
Yeah.
beautiful
Oh,
event.
nice.
You're looking really sharp there in the picture, my friend.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
dress myself.
Yeah.
Customers or consumers were coming up to me and saying, how can I get more? There was 10 cigars in the bag at the event. Consumers were coming up to me and saying, how can I get more El Pulpo? And I said, well, the stores carry it, this stores carry it. And they said, no, tonight, right now.
Give it to me right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
They were going around saying to other people that were at the event, give me your 1 El Pulpo if you haven't smoked it, and I'll give you 3 cigars out of my bag. They were trading 3 cigars for 1 El Pulpo. So I felt,
Wow.
I went to the car and I brought back about 10 or 15 El Pulpo I had in my car, and I
Yeah.
gave them some, and they were
Good
so
man.
grateful. And what they said to me was, we will be now moving forward loyal to this brand and loyal to this company. It was so hard. It was just incredible to hear. The
Thank
reception
you, Sal.
that was just absolutely incredible. It
Thank
was
you for
thank you,
sharing
thank
this
Unreal,
with
man.
us. I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Thank you, Sal, for sharing it with us.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
going
said to
back
them,
to the story with the Cigar Aficionado and
Yeah.
also Cigar Snob, right? They gave us number 5 cigar of the year for El Pulpo, and for 2 magazines to rate Cigar El Pulpo in their top 10 or top 5 is a blessing.
But let me
We're
add
grateful.
this, Yusuf. Remember, the El Pulpo was only released April of that
Yep.
year, 2023, and the
Wow.
rating came at the December.
Wow.
So
Was
yes, it was only
It hasn't
3
been around
weeks.
for a while before it was given
No,
any
No,
like
and
appreciation
Yusuf,
publicly.
for such
Nothing.
a virgin brand,
Yeah,
basically to get
absolutely.
recognized so formally and so well is just a testament to the blend.
In
And a
this day and
testament
age,
to the
it's so
brothers.
competitive too. Like it's gotten increasingly competitive. I feel like every month we have new brands approaching, but it's very rare to find like a brand that sticks and gets phenomenal reception from the
yeah,
customers. Speaking from a
yeah,
retailer's perspective as well, despite the Canadian taxes make it extremely difficult for a lot of people to appreciate premium cigars. A lot of the times, you can justify certain price points, especially with the El
Yeah.
Pulpo. It comes in at that $30 range, give or take. That is, I believe even then for that bracket, it has such a phenomenal reception. So like, I can clearly attest to that. Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
And as I was saying earlier, Yusuf, like when the news came out about the rating and number 10, the excitement was like huge because we weren't expecting anything because it was only 7-8 months in the market. We weren't
Yeah.
expecting any rating for the blend itself. And then when we saw that, we were like so excited and happy, as if like you gave me whatever
I can only
the most
imagine.
precious thing. Exactly,
Absolutely.
most precious thing. It was so good.
I mean, remember, Yusuf and Sal, we were in retail, so we learned so much from consumer about cigars, and also we learned so much from cigar aficionado and cigar snob and half wheel and cigar journal. We learned from them, right? So you always open and read the reviews, the ratings, the flavor about the cigar. So you learn first step from them, right?
Sure.
Then you order the cigars to the store, you test them, you smoke them, and if the cigar has legs, it's gonna move on, right? And so we learned, and we saw so many brands rated on those magazines, and to see our brands like Viva La Vida
Yep.
and El Pulpo both made it to Cigar Aficionado and Cigar Snob and Cigar Journal is a blessing, and we are grateful. And it showed us that hard work pays off. It showed us that we need always to create brands for the consumer that helps the cigar stores to be able to sell it, to be proud to have it at their cigar shop, and that's the model that we have.
You see, our core belief in our business is quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's 5 huge things in this. It's the quality, and we use the quality only, and of course the service, right? So we believe in one thing because being as retailers for that long, we learned and we saw so many things from everybody around us. So if there is a brand that comes and we put on the shelf, we see that the response is like weak or like whatever. So we start asking those questions ourselves because we did the investment. We have to ask the consumer why they are not, like the reception is not as what were people talking about. So you start learning from them the way it burns, the quality, the strength, the flavors, many things, and also it has to do with the price. So we learned all those things when we went to do this. We said we're not gonna just like have 3-4 leaves and wrap them together and put them in the market and start selling them.
No.
Consumers are so educated. There is no way you could play that game.
Sure.
Plus, that's your identity on the brand itself. If it will take only one time to have something that bad, and you can forget about what you built for years and years and years. So we dream, we sleep, wake up on quality. When the products start coming, we have to check and see. And it happened twice that we sent things back.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
We sent things back. It cost, but quality is our core. Quality is our brand. And that's what we believe in, Yusuf. And I think you guys in a business that it is all about quality and service. That's 100%. What it is.
Boys, Anna was talking to a retailer yesterday, and you went and reordered both Viva La Vida and El Pulpo. So I said, Anna, put him on speakerphone. I want to hear what he's saying. And he said, basically, the El Pulpo Belicoso Grande retails in Canada for $42, which is a very high price point. That's Cuban country. Basically, we call it Cuban country. and he said that he can sell the El Pulpo, Bellicoso Grande, and Robusto Grande with utmost confidence and excitement to the consumer. And he says to the consumer, buy this cigar, you'll enjoy it. And he said in that segment, that dollar segment, that $40 segment, there's not another cigar in Canada that he can sell with that confidence. And the retailer has confidence in the product. And that's so important.
That's very, very
yeah.
true.
Thank you for sharing,
Yusuf,
Sal.
did you tell me the same thing, Yusuf?
Absolutely. I mean, I share that experience. Me and my brother can both say the same thing. You know, last time, I
Wow.
believe it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, before we visited you last week, Sal. There was a customer that was walking in, and he's like, "It's my dad's birthday. I have about, you know, whatever it was, $70-$80 to spend. Can I have like 2 cigars or something like that?" I'm like, you want the same cigar for you and your dad, or you want like different? He's like, no, I want us to both have the same experience and everything. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what we got here. And I went straight to the El Pulpo because we have it eye level in the very first cabinet if you walk into our store. That's how
Thank
much
you.
we appreciated the product when I first smoked it. I got it from Sal, and I told him, I'm like, you know, this is it for you. This is it for you because I don't want you or your dad to have a bad experience on a special occasion, whether it's a construction issue, a draw issue, a burn issue, whatever it may be. If you want my like 100% guarantee, like nothing's 100%, but my utmost confidence per Sal's word, then I would do that for sure. And came back a few days later. He said my dad said it was the best cigar he's had in his life.
Fantastic.
Wow.
And
Wow.
from a retailer, like for us to hear that, it just also brings us a lot more, you know, not only credibility but just positive joy for, you know, us to pass that experience on to other people. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. And let me tell you, when it took us 5 years to bring Al Pulpo, right? So we came down to Nicaragua, we smoked it, and then we had our pre-release with us here in the United States. So we smoked it, and we told AJ the cigars are ready. We love the flavor. We were so excited the way it came out, right?
Yeah.
And we asked AJ, when do you think? He said like within 2 months, we should be ready to ship to you guys. So we go and we do a press release, right? This is just to show you what Gus was saying about quality, right? So we did a press release with all the magazines that a new blend called Al Pulpo come in, let's say in 2 months. So AJ, within 2-3 weeks, he said the cigars, if it was me, I will give them another 2 months.
Yeah.
And we said, AJ, like, why do you think it's ready?
Yeah.
Because there is certain note that you guys mentioned to me in the notes that you have.
Yeah.
It's not there yet. I need 2 more months to bring it out.
Wow.
And I said, listen, we just did the press release. He's like, if it was me, I do not release it yet. Wait 2 more months. Give me 2 more months. And I said, so what to tell the magazine? He's like, just blame it on the boxes.
Yeah.
So, something different. Yeah.
And that's exactly what
patience is very important. Patience is very, very, very important. You know, guys, when an order arrives here at the warehouse, I don't sell it right away, even if I'm out of stock. If you call me, I need El Pulpo. Sorry, they just arrived. I have to let them sit here for minimum 2 weeks.
Sure.
Let them before I sell them. I won't.
And so why is it like why is it they have to sit for 2 weeks for those who don't know?
Yusuf, they go from Esteli, they go to Managua. They might sit in Managua for 2-3 days, sitting in climate that we can't control. Then they're on a plane, and then they fly sometimes to Costa Rica, and then they arrive in Canada. Then they sit in a warehouse here in Canada. They have to acclimate to my warehouse. They have to acclimate to what I'm doing here.
Very fair.
And based on the knowledge that the boys that I've gained from the boys, I keep everything here to what the boys tell me, the humidity level, the temperature level. They have to acclimate. I won't sell them right away. They're not ready.
That's the right way.
That's the right way. Guys, you know, the stories, both of you that you shared with us about the clients that you're dealing with, To me, this is like I passed something huge. And I could actually, when you were talking about that, I live what you just said. And it is something that makes me so proud, so happy that the clients, your consumers are like really embracing the brand and they really appreciate the brand. And of course, the job that you guys doing by talking about it, by sharing your knowledge with them is huge. That makes a huge difference. Imagine you have a great cigar like this, and then we don't have the force that in Canada, what you guys doing is not there. It will sit on the shelf. It will sit.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how good the cigar is. If you don't stand behind it as a retailer, it's going to sit like dust. The consumer comes to you, to your shop. They believe you. They believe what you tell them. They trust you, right? So if you tell them this is a good cigar, this is a cigar that's going to work with your palate, they believe you. And as you said, they trust you because they smoked it. They see, first of all, the passion that you have for the blend. And then they smoked it. They saw what you told them was true. So when they come again, they're going to ask you, okay, recommend something different for me today.
Yeah. Yeah, and
yes,
you know what also makes it easier to sell apart from the product itself? You know, obviously, like you need to have an amazing product for you to have that level of confidence behind selling it. But when a retailer is able to speak on the brand owner's story and how they channel their creativity and the time that they put in and the effort, a lot of from what I've seen, a lot of customers appreciate that, just the effort in of itself, and they're very curious and intrigued to try it. So obviously, you two being two extremely humble brothers who you know put in years and years of effort into this blend, it's something that I always make an effort to mention as well, because you can't overlook that, right? Like the product itself is amazing, no one's gonna deny that, but it's just even better when you know that the people behind it are just as amazing, if not more.
Thank you so much, man.
Based on what Billy was saying, the retailer has to love the product. First and foremost, he has to believe in the product. He has to believe, and I thank the boys for giving me their baby to take care of here in Canada. I treat the cigars like it's your baby. I'm taking care of your baby for you, and I respect you.
Thank you so much, Sad. Thank you.
And every time, and Yusuf, every time that I place any Artesano product in a store, I always provide 2 cigars extra to the retailer to smoke.
That's right. Yep. And I remember that shipment came in. I know there was like a few additional ones. I was excited for that as well.
I write your name on one and Ahmed's on another because I want you boys to smoke the cigar before it hits the shelf. So you can say with confidence, this is the best cigar in that price.
How are you?
There's nothing better. There's nothing better in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, Sad. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Really, that means a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have a particular favorite one, Sal? You two, like whether you have to choose between the Viva La Vida or El Pulpo, how do you go about distinguishing?
Yusuf, I flip-flop. Last night I smoked the Viva La Vida Jester, and I said to Anna, "This cigar is fabulous. I might like it better than the El Pulpo." And then I smoked El Pulpo. No, I like the Viva La Vida better, or the El Pulpo better. So now I just put out the Viva. I'm now smoking because Billy was talking so highly of. I don't know. I flip-flop back and forth, but I've never had one that's bad quality, and that's a testament to AJ and all the people at AJ's. His father Ismail, his uncle there who oversees a lot of the production, and AJ himself. He's got a lot of good people in place, and Billy and Gus have given AJ his baby, their baby, to take care of, and AJ takes care of the baby, and that means that I have to respect that and now take care of their baby here in Canada. And
thank you so much.
The quality is just incredible. And I've smoked between the Artesano products, I've smoked since they've arrived here in Canada, maybe 200 cigars. I've never, well, maybe Anna said maybe more. And
we've been sending them to you.
I've never had one that's bad quality. And that's a testament not only to the boys and their blends, but to AJ. I gave my baby, which is Arista cigars, to AJ 15 years ago. And he's produced an exceptional product. Yusuf, how well the product does in Canada. And I want Artesano to hit that level. I really do.
Thank you.
Without
Thank
question.
you. And something, it's so hard for a new company like Artesano Del Tobacco. When we introduced Viva La Vida, for example, in 2019, we started designing it and working with AJ about it from 2012, right? So it came to the market 2019. And in 2019, we did not expect to get 94 by Cigar Aficionado and to be a number 16 cigar of the year in 2020, right? Within a year, for a new company, brand new company, to have a cigar in top 25 cigars of the year with Cigar Aficionado, with Cigar Snob, with Cigar Journal, it made it, Viva La Vida made it to all the magazines. El Pulpo, same thing, made it to all the magazines. And it's a blessing. And also, you know, again, paying attention to consumer is key. Paying attention to your product and making sure that the product has to be not only premium, but A-level premium is key too.
No.
For any successful.
Boys, talk about the new Vitola that you just came out with. That will do fantastic in the Canadian market due to our cold climates and weather and the
Yes.
It's just a
So
nice
it is,
quick smoke.
yeah. So it's called the Fry, right? It's a 48 by 4.
Oh, nice.
And the story started. AJ Fernandez had a sales rep here up north. His name is Brad. So one night we had a meeting with him. We were sitting eating octopus, and he loved the El Pulpo. He loved El Pulpo, and he goes, "Guys, this cigar I could eat, right? But there is one thing missing." And we said, "What?" He's like, "Guys, please, 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 make a 48 by 4 gordita size.
Yeah.
With this blend, it's going to be phenomenal."
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they don't have time. You know, it's a lunch break or walking the dog or whatever, right? So we go down to Nicaragua. We sat down with AJ. We said, "This is the size we wanted, and it's going to be called the Fry." And we designed the package. It's a brand new package, nothing like it in the market. It fits 5 cigars. It fits matches, striker, and we just released it when?
Like maybe tops 3 months.
3 months ago.
Now, Sal,
And it's a big hit.
When I tell you, when you guys have it in Canada, I don't know if you have it, not yet, right?
I don't think so. Sal, do we have it here?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, no, not yet. No.
No.
So, guys, I'll tell you from now, it's going to be a huge hit. I know European markets, and I know Canadian as well. They like the dog walkers. They like something that will burn in 20 minutes. But I have news for you. As small as it is,
It won't burn in
with the
20
gauge in it, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It will be 45 minutes. It won't turn hot. It will never create and build up a residue or a tone at the end. Is that the one?
Yeah.
So you smoking it.
You remember, Yusuf?
Yeah,
My
I do.
finger's not burning.
Nope. Yeah,
My
no,
finger's
it
not
holds
burning.
the heat really, really well. Always.
Yes. Oh yeah. With the
Yeah.
Fry, guys, it's going to be a huge hit. It's going to be. You will see the people, the consumers, your clients are going to really, really fall in love with that. It is amazing.
And it sells pack of 5.
Did Abdel have that size, the molds, the 4x48, or did he have to have those made? You already had the 448?
No, they have. It's a classic size. It's a classic size.
Yeah.
But we did it with a pigtail. And what we did different is we fermented the wrapper different than the original one, just to bring certain notes down and certain notes up based on the ring gauge. Because if you put the same thing in this cigar, the Robusto on the Cordita, it becomes too overwhelming. You want the consumer to enjoy the flavor. We want to highlight more the sweetness of the San Andreas. So it has very thick, rich smoke, smooth, creamy. Oh, yeah.
So, Billy and Gus, I'm just curious, what experiences or lessons have you guys taken from the retail level that you think has benefited you the most at a, you know, manufacturing brand owning level?
You know, I
Very
will,
good
I
question.
will, I will, I will answer you this, Yusuf. As I said from the beginning, I kept mentioning quality, quality, quality. We learned from all the consumers that we have
This is
that
what they
what
want.
sells on the shelves and moves doesn't matter what is the price, it's the quality of the brand itself. So that was the first and the most thing that we learned, that for something to have and create, it has to have great like quality control to it, and it would have its own legs and it goes. And I'm telling you, this is what we learned. We learned so many things, but that was a major thing from our consumers.
Consumer, we learn so much from them. Correct. All our work ethics right now, the blends, we all contribute to them based on the knowledge that we learned from them. Remember, like when you're in retail, how are you? When you are in retail, you meet people who have been smoking cigars before you, people who learned to smoke cigars with you, and people who learned to smoke cigars because of you, right?
Exactly.
So
Yep.
all this cycle of people that you meet in your life, they teach you so much about cigars, what they like, their first cigar, what memories it created for them. So it helped us, it mold us to what Artesano Del Tobacco is, creating Viva La Vida and El Pulpo based on the consumer, based on our work at retail.
Yeah,
Yusuf,
consistent quality is the key.
Yes, that's correct, Sal. And Yusuf and Sal as well. You know, you guys know, I think Sal knows that we did retail for that long, and being in those shops 24/7, almost 24/7, day in, day out, 7 days a week. That was the university, the college that we learned what we know today, but we still need a lot of things to learn, because every day is a new lesson. Every day is a new thing that we pick from. And by the way, right now we are in the shop that we had on 54th, the place that we owned back then. And, you know, we love retail. We love the interaction with people. We love being in places like that. And it's amazing. We love retail. And this is what we learned.
That's phenomenal. You know, here's a question I'm curious to see what your insight is on. You know, obviously in other areas of the world, Cubans are extremely popular, like back home in Lebanon, other areas in Europe, Middle East. But it seems to be that non-Cubans have been increasing popularity, given the rising cost of the alternative to that. Like our most expensive cigars are still the Cubans by far, and that's just because they're in the hundreds of dollars per cigar, and it's hard to justify that price point. And I feel like a lot of other areas of the world are starting to move towards non-Cuban or New World cigars in general. Do you guys share a similar, you know, feeling with that, or what do you think that sentiment is?
No, Yusuf, you're 100% correct. So a consumer who's used to a Cuban style or Cuban cigar flavor, it was so hard to convince him to smoke non-Cuban. Okay. So this affect the high prices affect them to switch to a non-Cuban, and then they realize what they were missing. Nicaraguan tobacco, Nicaraguan cigars, Dominican cigars, they are as good quality as Cubans, and some they are a little bit better or as better as Cubans, right? We're not gonna come and say this is better or what.
Exactly.
And then they realize, you know what? I'm gonna open my horizon for other brands. Before I was just stuck on Cubans, like us or anybody here, smoking only Nicaraguan. You are closing your mind on other brands from Honduras, from Dominican, from Cuba or Costa Rica, right? So it's much better to be open-minded and try other brands. I mean,
you know what?
Right?
From my end, Yusuf, you know, I have to give the Cuban brands back then. They were the top. they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were the
And
Cadillac. They were the Cadillac.
they were the Cadillac. And let me share this story with you about me. When I was 13 years old, this is when I started smoking, and I robbed a Monte Cristo #2 from my father's humidor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I smoked it, and I inhaled almost 80% of it, and I turned blue and yellow, and I dropped on the floor. I wasn't able to breathe after. And that was a lesson that I learned, that, you know what, that's a great stuff. I need to be in this, and here I am.
That's
But
exactly
yes,
it.
go back. But let's go back to the Cuban thing. Back
Yeah.
then, they were the Cadillac. They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
But then things start to change, and then we start to see South American countries, Dominican, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. They start coming, and then the inception of the Cigar Chinado magazine back then in the early '90s changed things and put every South American brand country on the planet in the magazine. And this is when you start to see the whole like price in this product. And they have the sources, the resources, the American money there, the European and stuff like that. And that's why you see them really at par now. And, you know, in Cuba, they have made some problems. I don't know what it is, but there is great product coming from Nicaragua, Dominican, Honduras.
Yep.
You know the whole thing. So yes, the Cubans were back then the A, and now you have a different like way of like product on the shelves.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the direction was, you know, inevitable in terms of popularity. It was going to shift towards non-Cuban back when we had, I believe it was a Cohiba Splendido. It's a $200 cigar in our humidor, and somebody had bought it, came back the next day and said that cigar's plugged. And I just, my heart dropped for him, and I just can't imagine the feeling of spending that. And if it came out to be, you know what I mean? Now, obviously, that's not the case with the majority of them, but the fact that that possibility exists is a little bit scary for sure. But you know,
Yusuf, can you sell Cubans at that price with confidence?
I genuinely can't. No, I can't. It's hard to justify. I mean, it's subjective as well, you know, to each their own, right? But for me, if you're asking me personally, I can't justify that. No.
So, Yusuf, let me ask this question as well. That client that came back to you and you felt so bad, didn't you feel like, you know what, I'm going to take the $200 from my pocket and give it back to him because it was not fair, even though you have nothing to do with it? We did it here many times. We did it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. I know. It's
yeah, of course. I mean, we're always looking for any sort of resolution, work with you know, any customer that has that kind of you know, misfortune experience that, you know, just it's not supposed to be that case at all. Yeah.
And that's what makes you successful. That's what makes you superior than any other places, because people, they trust what you recommend, and then the service that you do is obviously will have a different like tier of like so the consumer feels that you really take care of them. That's why they will come to you. That's why they will be in your shop.
Yeah.
I agree.
And recommend the store, and recommend the store to somebody new getting into the business. I remember about 20 years ago being with Mustafa.
Yep.
And he's quite a character, Yusuf, your dad. And a consumer came in and said he brought back a Romeo and Juliet, a short Churchill. And he said it cracked on him. It was a little bit plugged. And your dad said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you." You know, your father, very loose. He went to the cigar, he went to the humidor, and he said, "Here, take this one, but I want you to cut it now and tell me if it's plugged. If not, I'll give you another one."
Yeah.
So, Smoke Master, your reputation is just incredible in the market.
Oh man, it goes a long way from you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's awesome. No, so you guys have the fry coming out in the winter. Sal, are we expecting that in around that same time frame?
We're
4x48?
Yeah, I definitely want it here for the next season, which means the next cold climate. Because I'm smoking an El Pulpo Toro right now, which isn't in the Canadian market. I've only got the Robusto Grande and the Bellicoso Grande.
Sure.
But the fry I want here for the next cold season. And that's going to be a great cigar that somebody, you know, 35, 40 minutes can step outside into the garage, smoke it, and go back inside and be fulfilled. They'll get their fill.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Unfortunately, we won't have that beautiful packaging, Yusuf.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know, I know.
yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, like the other portfolio will be double banded. Like people can expect the original band, of course, but it's just not the,
100%.
the issue is the plain one over it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon.
No, it's not. In
It's
fact, it's going to
crazy.
get worse from what I've been hearing.
It's getting which, sorry?
It may even be getting worse.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
wouldn't
not
doubt it.
nice.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, the
Well,
direction
they
that.
attacked us. You know what they did to cigarettes now? There's Health Canada warning labels on the body of the cigarette, written on the body of the cigarette.
I
They
heard.
introduced that here on cigars. We're fighting it. We're fighting it. We don't even know how that can be done because we're not using homogenized wrappers. We're using actual leaves. So to implement that on a cigar could be next to impossible.
It's yeah.
Wow.
I can't even begin to imagine how ridiculous that process would be at a manufacturing level. The
And the
time
cost.
consuming and the added cost to it, of course. It's just all gonna get passed down to a consumer and all for
Crazy.
nothing. I wish it was reflecting a positive lesson or feedback into like the society here, but unfortunately, it just isn't.
So, Yusuf,
Correct.
if cigars killed, I'd be dead by now.
Easily.
Easily.
My
Same
father
thing
too.
here.
My father. A lot of people would the same way for sure. Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
George Burns ended up living 100 years because he said he smoked 13 cigars a day.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
There you
crazy.
go.
And
So
it
what?
was a bad cigar anyway. It was all like machine made.
Phillies.
El Producto we smoked.
That's
Yeah.
productive, yeah.
Well, listen, Yusuf, what we're trying to tell Health Canada is it's going to be impossible to put that smoking kills and everything information on the leaf.
Yeah.
We're fighting to just get it on the cello.
Okay. Okay. I mean that's fair. At least when you
I can
smoke the
accept
thing,
that.
it
I
won't
can
be
accept
there.
that.
Yeah, you can take the cellophane off. But how would that work with the Cubans who don't use cellophane?
I don't deal in Cubans, so
Right, right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Just curious.
not my problem.
That's fair. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, you guys, I'm curious to know, you've been so committed to this industry for decades by now. Where do you see yourselves with the company in like 5, 10 years? Is there any other projects that you think you can talk about, or you choose to keep it a surprise for later? Or what do you look forward to?
I like your question. It's always a good question.
Thank you.
So, my pleasure. In terms of the pipeline, we always have things
Yeah.
calculating. We always study. We always do the homework, the due diligence check, and see what is needed to be done. And of course, we take that with a great deal of concern, respect, and make sure that what we have in our mind to bring the next thing into the market is always quality. So yes, there is few things, and then we always 5 to 10 years we think that far. Now, if God gave us the life to be around,
Right.
but we always sit and we always prepare. We always have things documented on what's needed to be done, and we take things seriously.
Yeah, there is few brands that we are working on. It's gonna take years for it to come.
Yeah.
We always think 2 years, but it never happened in 2 years. It takes
Yeah.
4 or 5 years to bring it to the market.
Reputation
We
to
are
be-
not like other companies that they want to produce so many brands to take over your humidor. We want to bring quality
High
and
quality.
brands that consumer is looking for. And
Exactly.
to find it, it takes time.
Yeah. And based off that, Billy, I know before you guys were considering bringing out the fry or even the concept of the fry, it's very important that you have communication with your partners. And you called me and you said, what a 4x48 fly in Canada. Brad brought it to our attention with him being in upstate New York, which Toronto shares the exact same winter climate. And I said, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
That Vitola will fly. It won't do well, possibly in the summer months. They'll gravitate towards a larger cigar when they're sitting in the backyard, throwing a steak on the barbecue. But that 4x48 will be a fantastic cold climate smoke. And we're covered in snow for 5 months. You know that, Yusuf.
Oh, without question. Yeah. I mean,
And look at the 4.25 38s. Look at the 3.5 by 50s. They don't do great in the summertime, but in the wintertime they fly. And the 4x48. And I appreciate, Billy, you contacting me and asking for my opinion. And I said,
Thank you.
most definitely, the fry would do very, very well in Canada during those months.
Super.
You know, it's really important to produce something that works in your market, works in United States market, in Europe market. And it is important also to know, like, for example, like the Culebra, right? The Culebra became the highest rated Culebra cigar by Cigar Aficionado in the history of Cigar Aficionado. Okay. And the idea came from Luxury Cigar Club. Just to let your consumer know, we have a Club 500, which is the first 500 clubs and stores that they carried Viva La Vida. We send them a pre-release of certain brands. So when we did El Pulpo, we sent them the pre-release, and they smoked it. They loved it. They said, we cannot wait for it to come. And what are the sizes? So we said Robusto, Toro, Bellicoso. It's like, you know what? Why you don't do a Culebra size to represent the tentacles of the
Wow.
octopus? And we said, you know what? This is fucking great idea.
That's a great idea.
So we did it, and I'm telling you, it is the best Culebra you ever smoked in your life. This cigar, you smoke it, it puts a smile on your face. It's like,
so you guys don't have also the Culebra?
No, they don't.
There's the Club 500, boys.
Wow.
That's the Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
That looks delicious, man.
That's the old Club 500, and this is the 5-year anniversary Club 500, and also the Jester.
The
I don't know if
Jester
you guys
too.
have them as well.
Yeah.
That is another great cigar. The minute we released it.
556 is spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Viva La Vida, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, right? But it's not your ordinary Habano wrapper. What is it? Habano 2000? Correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to refresh my memory. Is that what it is?
That's correct. That it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought so. Yeah. How did you guys like distinguish between that and just the non version of that? Regular Ecuador Habano, and what got you to that point?
So when we went to AJ with the notes and the flavors and what we're looking for in the wrapper and this and that, take care. He began to bring different wrappers to represent that flavor that we're looking for. And Habano was the wrapper we're looking for.
Yeah.
And then we go into different versions of it.
Yeah.
And the version that worked with the blend was the 2000.
Was the 2000. Yeah.
2001, right?
Yeah.
So when we did the 5-year anniversary, we don't want something totally different, but we want something different.
Yes.
So we went back again and again, and AJ was able to find us a Habano Connecticut Maduro.
That's so interesting to me. I've never heard of that before. That's insane. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
It's a Habano Connecticut, grown in Connecticut, USA. And then AJ fermented it, aged it, and you smoke it. It's like so similar to San Andreas with the sweetness.
Wow.
A lot of flavor, but
Yusuf,
it's
when
not
you get
spicy.
the chance to smoke that one as well, you will have the old Club 500 and you smoke the new one.
Yeah.
5-year anniversary, and also with the Jester. The Jester itself is huge here. So when we brought the other Jester, the one with the 5-year anniversary,
they're great.
blend, it's unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, you guys have done some phenomenal things already, and just to think about like the brand hasn't been that old relative to other heritage brands. You guys are kind of just still kicking off, and this introduction that you guys have. I don't know if I ever seen that with a new cigar brand to have this kind of reception right away. I'm being honest. That's just something else. Yeah.
No, it's never happened.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, you guys have done such phenomenal products. Like the reception's outstanding, and you guys have really put a lot of effort into it. Clearly.
Thank you. I mean, even if you look at the design, the names, they are not your classic Cuban boxes or designs, right? So we want something totally different. We don't want somebody to say, "Oh, it's a copy of Monte Cristo or Cohiba or something." We want something totally different between names, colors, and bands. and blends, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to do something different, either you're gonna believe in it 100% or it's gonna fail, right? So we came and we sat down, we had so many different meetings with me and Gus and different groups, and going into designing the whole concept of what Artesano del Tobacco stands for, right?
Exactly.
It's because those cigars are art,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
These guys are artists down there making those cigars by hand. So
Yeah.
to celebrate it, we wanted something so unique with flavors and taste.
See, I'm going to highlight on this as well. As you know, you already know, Yusuf, about what we believe in, and then we sit, we decide certain blends and the way the design of the cigar. This is all great stuff. And then we go to Nicaragua. I have also to mention very, very close about AJ and the Nicaraguan product that we have in AJ's place. You know, to execute a plan that you have in your mind, and if you have someone like AJ, somebody, a company like the AJ Fernandez in Nicaragua, you will have product. You will have, because he is so passionate as well. He is so, when you give him a project, he will make sure. He will try his best to bring it to those levels. And that's how you see now consumers really appreciate the product. You know, your success is not only what you do. You're successful because of all those clients that come to you. They appreciate you. They thank you. They're always in your shop. They're always with your brand. And that's key as well. So you have great ideas, but you need to execute that. And this is when AJ comes to the play. And this is how we end up having a great
you need a good team with you, right?
Without
So designing or this and that, if you don't have a big support and a team player like AJ and his group, it will go nowhere, right? So he has the ability to make your project come alive with such a passion of flavor and taste.
And I'm sure, Sal, you could share that same sentiment when bringing in like new worlds from AJ and all the rest of the AJ portfolio. This is obviously from the is one of the same factories, and you know they're just the same quality and consistency that you've known to have in your warehouse since you started this thing.
Almost certainly. And I don't mean to go off topic, but Anna's dying to know where Artesano, where the name was originated, and the fry.
Yeah.
The Artesano del Tobacco.
Yes.
The question. So Artesano del Tobacco, I'm gonna show you. Actually, we are in the store where it started, right? I'm gonna show you I'm gonna turn this. Let me see if I could turn the camera, or I can't.
I think you got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see here.
Yeah.
These are all consumers that they used to come to our cigar shop. We had an artist draw them on the wall. It's about 4 feet high.
Incredible.
Right?
That's unreal.
4 feet high, and it wraps the whole store.
That's honestly so beautiful, and like I can imagine what kind of work went into that. Like the time.
This is my dad sitting on the chair. I don't know if you see him.
Yeah.
That's my brother, and these are cigar aficionados. That's me there, right? So it wraps the whole store. Look, and now it comes this way.
Unbelievable.
So we love art, right?
Yeah.
And this is the humidor here.
Beautiful.
So I have to go back now.
Now you got to flip it back.
Yeah. So basically, we love art. So and going to the factories and seeing those people working with their hands, producing those beautiful cigars that we all enjoy. The name came, you know, Artisan of Tobacco.
So yeah, that's Artesano. The fry, as we said earlier, it is Brad. Brad is a rep with AJ for almost 13, 14 years, and he is an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to the product. And he is on the road nonstop. So he is able to read the market. He's always good like that. And that was the idea. It came with Brad. We with Brad sometimes on the road as well. And then, we go out for dinners. And this is the idea came out that, what, try this size, try this a particular
48 by
size,
4.
and then call it the fry because that's the baby octopus.
So
and he loved that cigar. He loved.
Yeah, so he said the fry in English is the baby octopus. And because we made it small size, so call it the fry. And that's how we made it
Brad, right?
the same cigar that he wanted. And also we named it the same what he is looking for, the fry. And he was so excited. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That is Brad.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you guys, I don't want to wrap it up too. I feel like it's too early. I feel like I can talk to you guys for so long. Such a
Same
wealth of
here.
information, especially you too, Sal. I guess the last question I would ask before we part ways, as two brothers who owned and operated multiple locations, we're on our way to our second location very shortly. What advice would you have from your personal experience that that you think would help us?
This is a very, very important question. And Yusuf, you obviously, how many years have been in this store shop already? You already collected, you and your brother and your father, obviously, a lot of ideas. And you learn a lot of things from your clients, from the existing customers and stuff like that. And it will be so easy for the second and the third and the fourth, God willing. You will see. We expanded the first one, then we did this one here, then we did another one, 73rd. So the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then what would happen, you see your clients, they will follow where you go. And then as they follow you, then they keep bringing more people to your shops. And then you start to see the amount of like clients is growing. And the knowledge that you have is going to help you. To me is like to give you the right answer. It will be much easier for you to do it, and you will see the success immediately.
And from my end, my notes to you guys. You and your father and your brother at the same location here, right?
Yes.
You have certain clients, they come to see you, and you're gonna have, and there is clients they come, they see your brother, not you.
Yes.
And there is clients they come for your dad. When you open second location, do not divide you here and your brother there. So what you need to do is have like, let's say, few days in this store and few days in the other store. You need to know both clients, because certain clients, they come to your store to see you. They want to talk to you, right? So this way they know you come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's right.
So you're gonna see them those days there.
That's very,
because
very,
they're gonna work.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and I can definitely relate to that connection that you build with customers. It goes a long way, and it's ultimately the foundation of the success that you have. It's as a result of that connection.
So how far is it from the
it's about an hour drive. Hour drive.
That's fine. That's okay. So few days you work in the store, few days you work in the other store. Same thing with your brother, same thing with your dad, right? Few days here, few days there. And it would be a mistake if you make this store yours and the other store your brother. This way,
you
make
have to keep that same sort of ambiance and environment and create that same experiences that you have already with your established location. I mean, it's very interesting because, like, you would think a lot of the times a store would have, all like anything you want and the most beautiful like a design and everything, like the prices are amazing, but you don't like the person that's operating it. And so as a result, it doesn't seem to be sustainable. They'd rather go to the guy that, has a conversation and, shares some personal stuff, right? That's
a little bit of character.
Very absolutely true.
Yusuf, speak briefly about the event we have coming up of the Artesano product.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to Anna, and we were planning, hopefully after about a month of launch, after we've been operating for about a month, to have an event for Artesano Del Tobacco, and all the blends and stuff. I hope you guys can, sort of schedule an arrangement and be involved as well. That would be great. But yeah, I
When
mean,
is it?
we're
September?
in September. Yeah, hopefully in September. We're looking forward.
This coming September,
Yeah, we're gonna be
This
in
coming
Europe.
we're gonna
September.
be traveling.
No
Yeah,
problem.
traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no
But
worries.
you know what? It's never too late, Yusuf. It's our duty to come and see you guys and visit you. We thank you for your support and the stuff that you're doing for the brand. So we will never. We make sure that when we get the right schedule, we
Yeah.
will contact you. We tell you exactly the schedule that we have, and if that time fits your schedule, we'll make sure that we have to visit you.
But you're
Yeah.
doing it the right way. You are introducing the cigars first to the consumer before you do the event,
Sure thing.
and people smoked it, they experienced it. So by the time you have the event in September, you
Yeah.
will be able to sell it, whatever deal you have, you and Sal creating that deal is. So this is the right way, man.
Well,
take care.
Sal's marketing already, Anna herself, she's been phenomenal with like these artistic posters that they send us, and
Oh.
it's just like an information board, and it captivates attention, and I can see when people walk in, people are like,
All my ideas, Yusuf. All my ideas.
he's got to take credit.
You
Yeah.
have to believe in
Yeah.
music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I call Anna the El Pulpo Queen because
There she is.
she's always grabbing my El Pulpos, and I slept. She just smoke something else. Those are for me. So I'm going to be there. Nobody's going to come to see me.
Called me.
They want to see the El Pulpo Queen.
That's right.
all.
Yeah.
They say keep Sal in the office.
Keep him out.
But here's how I sell the cigar. They're good. Buy them. You
Yeah.
don't want to buy them? Go buy the other shit.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anna's a little bit more subtle.
Anna's more subtle for sure.
But
Awesome,
hey,
guys.
boys, I believe in the product 100%. And I know in Canada and the Canadian market, there's not a better cigar in the price range. There just isn't.
Thank
I
you
think
so
it's-
much, Sal.
Like I said, boys, it's the best cigar I've smoked in 20 years.
It's amazing.
Wow,
It's
this-
amazing, and we're thankful. We're thankful, for bringing it over to Canada. And Sal, like it's been such a pleasure learning more about these new blends with the marketing posters that you guys send over, and we do our homework as well online. But when we're able to educate to the consumers as well by kind of advertising it and having it on an eye level
Yeah.
shelf and everything like that, it works wonders.
Anna's done a fantastic job with giving
She
you
really
guys
has.
permission
Yeah.
to sell the product, the shelf talkers, the posters. I mean, I wouldn't even. I'm still working on Excel. I'm pencil and paper. Anna's the next level, and she's done a fantastic job giving you guys the ammunition.
So we look forward to the event. I mean, we look forward to the upcoming event for that for sure.
Well, she's already talking about it. We need to do this. We need to do that. I said,
Yeah.
leave me alone. I'm semi-retired. Here's my credit card. Go buy what you need to
Exactly.
make sure the boys event is fantastic.
When you do the poster on social media, tag us. So we'll put it on Instagram. We'll put it on Facebook for you
Yes.
guys.
Okay,
More-
I don't know
more
what it
people will
means
see the name.
tagging, but Anna does.
Anna knows everything. They're online related. Yeah. Oh, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do this. It's been such an honor, and educating myself, and hopefully the viewers will share the same sentiment as well. You guys are just truly unique and humble, and I really appreciate all of it.
No, and that's why
Well,
it works.
Yusuf, thank you so much for allowing us to be on your platform, to share your stories with us, and to allow us to share our stories with you, and also Sal there as well. It's a huge thing. From our end, we want to grow organically with you guys, and the support that you're giving us every time we have the chance to be there at your places, we will do, no doubt.
Yeah.
And from my end,
Thank
send regards to your dad and to your brother and to the family. Hopefully, very soon we'll be able to meet them as well. And
Thank
wish
you.
them the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
And from my end, thank you so much for having us. We had a blast with you guys. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Yusuf,
My
and
pleasure.
Anna, and Ahmed, and your dad, Mustafa. Thank you so much for taking the time, introducing our brands, Viva La Vida and El Pulpo, to the Canadian consumer. We are really appreciative and grateful for you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Well, we'll look forward to speaking again soon. And until then, enjoy, and yeah, keep in touch.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Ciao, boys.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Sal.
Bye.
Ciao,